Hello, welcome to the Scope. This is your coach, Coach Nachi. Hey replay viewer, thanks for clicking my video and watching it. If you're watching this off of Facebook or YouTube, thank you for coming and watching the video, but make sure you come live to periscope.tv/callmenachi. Hey Mr. Ernie Perry, hi Paul, how are you? Welcome to the Scope, it's so nice to see you here. I was just talking to replay viewer really quickly because they should come live. Come to periscope.tv/callmenachi and we can talk like this. So thank you so much you all for coming in. I really appreciate you being here. And for those hearts, oh my goodness, thank you. So today is most, hi Paul. Today is most, hey Graph. Hey Dr. Chevy, how are you? Welcome to my Scope. Hey Graph, how are you? Graph, Zaza. Hey Dr. Chevy, I see you pumping them hearts. Thank you, I appreciate it. So, do I speak Russia? Privet. I learned that yesterday. Welcome to my Scope. My name is Coach Nachi. I am your world-class personal development coach, speaker, and life enthusiast called to serve those who want to live more like their unique selves. Now, this minute right now, not on Monday, not on Tuesday, not on Wednesday, not on March 1st when Lent begins, but right now, this minute right now. I believe we're intended to live joyfully, fully human, and feeling at home in ourselves and our lives. If the music is too loud, let me know. Otherwise, the Scope topic is, hey Gary, welcome to the Scope. It's so nice to see you. The Scope topic is on what needs to happen. What needs to happen is a super simple question, but it's what I call an umbrella question. It's a question that is, lo and behold, one of my 5 highly effective questions. Simple, right? Gary in the house, my Gary, welcome to the Scope. It feels so good to see you. Hi. It's one of my 5 highly effective questions because it is incredibly effective for multiple reasons. It's simple, number one. It's straightforward, but it's a question that stumps a lot of people. So, okay, thank you for retweeting. Thank you for sharing it out, Dr. Shavir. I really appreciate that. Oh, hey, Purple Hearts. Welcome to the game. It's a simple question. So, clients come to me, they say, oh, I want to do this, that, and the other, but this happens, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have that. And one of the questions is, I asked them is, thanks for inviting your followers and posting on Twitter, Gary, thank you. I will just go ahead and ask for a follow if you're new, or a share if you think this could be beneficial for the people in your list. What needs to happen, again, is a very, very simple question, but it really makes you dig deep because you're no longer, thanks for inviting your followers, Paul, you're no longer looking at what's not happening. Hey, Ronnie, welcome. You're no longer looking at hey Meduo, how are you? You're no longer looking at, it's about what needs to happen. You're no longer looking at the things that are stopping you. Now you're looking at what it takes to move forward. Now you're looking at what is going to have to happen for you to actually make a move. And that's powerful, right? So if one of the things is, oh, I need more money, I need more funding, then you say, okay, well, what needs to happen for you to get more money? What needs to happen for you to have more funding? What needs to happen for the funding that you need to be the funding that you have so you can go forward, right? It makes you, it's no longer, it's a question that puts you in a position of power. It's a question that puts you in a position of control. Because now you're looking at, okay, what's in my control? What needs to happen? They're similar, but different. But I would like to say what's in your control falls under the what needs to happen umbrella. I adore this question. It's a question that you can be the biggest planner in the world, like me, and you can do everything that you think you can do. But then one person asks you, okay, what needs to happen? Then you say, oh, I need to think about that. And it makes you stop and think. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever it is that you're going for, what needs to happen for it to come to fruition? What actually needs to take place? What do you need to do? What needs to fall in place for you to do what you want to do, for you to do what you need to do? I see those American flag colors with the red hearts and the blue hearts. That's really pretty. Really, ask yourself what in fact needs to happen. So Oh, what up, green hearts? Welcome to the game. Look at that. So mesmerizing. When you're, for instance, I'll have a client who will say, clients who have quite a lot on their plate, or clients who don't know what to do. Clients who don't know how to move forward. Even then, sometimes, just as a coach, if there are any coaches watching or anybody who's kind of in the same field, sometimes, I'm not sure if I'm the only one that does this, sometimes you just throw out a question sometimes, just to see what the client comes up with, right? Just to see how, it's a little cruel, but you just kind of put it out there, and it's a question that they weren't expecting, and it's not like you were premeditating on it or anything, but it's something that you're like, well, okay, what needs to happen? Someone say, oh, there's so much I gotta do, or there's so much I don't know what to do, I want to live my purpose, this, that, and the other, and then you say, what needs to happen? And they're like, what needs to happen? And you're like, yeah, what needs to happen? And then you shut up, right? You zip your lip, and you let them think and talk. You give them that space. And more often than not, people come up with something that is really profound for them. They come up with something that comes from their own self, from a place of least resistance, from a place that is their why, because they had to stop and think. They had to stop those wheels that are always telling the same exact story, and they had to just pop out of that bubble and actually make a decision to take control and say, okay, what does need to happen for me to live in my purpose? What does need to happen for me to live like me now? What does need to happen for me to do more, for me to take action, for me to make what I want happen? What does need to happen for me to do that? And it's such a good question to just have in your arsenal, and it is obviously one of my 5 highly effective questions, so it's a huge one in my personal arsenal as a coach when I'm serving my clients. And even when I'm talking to people in my life, or especially when I'm coaching my number one client, myself, I will ask myself, okay, Nachi, what needs to happen? What needs to happen? And it automatically makes me shift gears and focus on what I need to focus on. Because the word need, oh man, this question is, on my website, livelikeyounow.com, is the 5 highly effective questions. And you can get them all at once, and the subsequent emails after are breaking down each question, because each question is so full. I call them umbrella questions because they are umbrella questions. They are so much more than what meets the eye. Because when you look at them, you're like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. But then you read the emails and you do the work and you actually participate in making your dream come true, making your dream become a reality, then you really start to feel the changes that happen. So what I can share from you from the what needs to happen segment is, it's a question that makes you think from the future, right? Hey, window of change. Yes, that's a beautiful name. It makes you think in the future, right? What needs to happen sort of post-supposes that it may have happened, that it could happen. So it's a really great tool to use to bring what is a dream into reality. Because you say, okay, I want this. This is my big dream. This is my passion. Cool, but it's kind of all ethereal and up in the air and airy-fairy, and there's no substance, no reality to it. When you ask the question, what needs to happen, all of a sudden this amazing, beautiful thing happens. You're dwelling in the possibilities in that moment, and you're looking at it. It's no longer this dream. It's now this thing that's very much that you can mentally see in your mind's eye, right? Because in order for you to see what needs to happen, you actually have to see what's happening. You have to look into the future and see, okay, this happened. What happened to make it happen? How many times did I say the word happen in the scope? My goodness. But really, what happened for you to make it happen? What needs to happen for you to make what you're looking at, hey T. Simpson, for you to, for what you're looking at in your mind's eye to make it a reality. So asking yourself what needs to happen jumpstarts that mental, ethereal, oh, this is what I want to do, into a very real thing. And it becomes a reality, and you're able to look at it and say, okay, this is actually what needs to happen, right? If someone was to say, I want to build a house. No, someone was to say, I want my dream house. And you say, what needs to happen? Maybe I might have to have a spouse. Cool. Now you're envisioning this house happen, count 154 times. This will be a very dangerous drinking game. I'm very happy I don't drink because I think my poor liver would just be in danger. So, thanks for keeping count, Dr. Chevy. No, I think you're actually on point. I think you're actually on point. I've said it a lot of times. Where was I? Building a house. I'm wanting a house. I want this dream house. Okay, what needs to happen? Well, I might have to buy land. So now you know that your dream house is a house that you bought the land for. You didn't just find this house. That's important to know, because if you're operating in a world where you're looking for a house, but actually your heart's desire is to build your own house, that's massive. That's massive. Now you know that you are actually looking for land. Now you know you're looking for a certain amount of plot size. Okay, what happens in your ideal home? I might want to have a decorator. I might want to have a pool. Now you're looking at, hey, Raw Paper Planes. Hey, Theodore. Welcome to the Scope. It's so nice to see you live. Hi. You start creating this house in your head. You're seeing it. You can see the bird's eye view. You have a pool. You have a plot of land. Maybe you got some cows or some horses in the backyard. Hey, how are you? You're literally creating this thing, and you're doing it because you thought about what needs to happen. I'm sorry, I can't read that. Is that Russian or Greek? Kurov. I can't read that. I'm sorry. Yeah. So think about what needs to happen. That's a great question to ask yourself. It's a great question that I ask my clients, and it's always an amazing question that I love to reach that point in the session with my clients, because then that's when a lot of the magic happens, because it's no longer this kind of dream. We're making it into reality. He said, let's make it happen. Dr. Chevy, isn't it like really cold today? Yesterday was so nice, but it's so chilly today. Anyway, what needs to happen for it to not be chilly? I don't know. It's a weather thing. I can't control that. And that's another thing. What needs to happen tackles what's in your control. Like I said, it's an umbrella question. There's so much else that goes underneath it. And what's in your control? Yeah, it's so chilly. What's in your control is another part of what needs to happen. It's a separate question. I wouldn't categorize them together, but what needs to happen will break down, and eventually to suss out what's in your control, you have to ask the question, then what's in your control? Because sometimes, I need funding, I need to find this person, I need to blah, 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 check the books, blah, 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 whatever it is that needs to happen. And then you say, okay, what's in your control? Actually, this is in my control, this isn't. So it makes you move forward, asking what needs to happen. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. Short scope. Thank you for those hearts. I really appreciate them. They are really nice to look at. My name has been Coach Nachi, your world-class personal development coach, speaker, and life enthusiast. Freezing up in here in this Chicago weather. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you always being here. I appreciate you giving me some of your time. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I am leaving now. I will see you. Bye. See if I can get out the scope nicely. Okay.